Welcome back to Broadway's Next on Stage, which is sponsored by the International College of Musical Theater. And I'm your host, Richard Ridge. Last week, we kicked off season 3 by announcing our top 30 contestants in our high school group. Since then, you voted, and tonight we're back to reveal our top 15. Now, our top 15 received the most votes from our most recent round of voting, which opened on Monday, May 10th and closed last night at midnight. And you voted them our top 15. And now our esteemed panel of judges will join us, providing valuable feedback for them to use in their next round of performances that'll be voted on by the public next week. Our judges will also review performances from the 3 contestants who were so close but didn't quite make the top 15, pushing them forward to compete in the next round for your votes. Let's welcome our judges. First up, you know her as Princess Jasmine in the smash hit Broadway musical Disney's Aladdin. She made her Broadway debut starring opposite Lin-Manuel Miranda in the final Broadway cast of In the Heights, and she has tread the boards in such shows as Wicked, Rent, Disney's High School Musical, and Into the Woods. Welcome to your 3rd season at Next on Stage, Ariel Jacobs.
Hello, hi Richie.
You look sensational. You've got posters behind you. We're sort of on the same sync this season, right?
I know. We got to showcase everything.
Oh, I love it. Welcome back, my love. Okay, next, she made Broadway history by becoming the first woman of color to play Glinda in Wicked on Broadway. Her other Broadway credits include Les Miserables, Motown the Musical, Beautiful, the Carole King Musical, Sunset Boulevard, and Kristen Chenoweth's For the Girls. It's good to see her again, isn't it? Welcome back, Brittany Johnson.
Hi, Richie. Nice to see you.
Hey, Brittany, how are you? Now, you're in LA right now, right? So it's like, what, 6 a.m. there? What time is it there?
It's 8:45 here.
Well, we thank you very much for joining us. Welcome back to season 3.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
And finally, new to our judges panel this season, he has played the genie in Disney's Aladdin on Broadway, London, the North American tour, and he originated the role in the Australian production for which he won the Helpman Award. He's also known for his performances on Broadway in Something Rotten, The Book of Mormon, and so many more. You ain't never had a friend like him. Say hello to Michael James Scott.
Yes!
Welcome.
Hi, Richie.
Oh my God, this is your 1st season. Get ready. The ladies are veterans, just so you know, you're going to have the time of your life. And like, I love this on StreamYard. We all sound different because we're all coming from every, different areas of the country. So here we go. Are you ready to get started, judges?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Come on, let's do this.
Here we go. First up, we have Joshua Thompson singing Magic to Do from Pippin. Joshua is a student at Weaver Academy for Performing and Visual Arts in Greensboro, North Carolina. Take it away, Joshua.
Join us, leave your fields to flower. Join us, leave your cheese to sour. Join us, come and waste an hour or 2. Doodly-doo, journey to a spot exciting, mystic and exotic. Journey through our anecdotic review. We've got magic to do just for you. We've got miracle place to play. We've got parts to perform, hearts to warm, king and things to take by storm as we go along our way.
Let's hear it. What a great way to kick things off. Okay, Ariel, I'll start with you.
Joshua, that was so good. Your voice is so amazing. Your voice is so, it's just got this warmth to it that I just feel like I could listen to it forever. And I loved how you really took in your environment. So I really could see you were looking at all the things around you, and your storytelling in that way was so awesome. The couple things I would say for next time is if you could turn your camera horizontal so you take up the full screen, that would be awesome. And if you you could even get a little closer to the camera if you wanted to. And also don't be afraid to really feel it in your entire body. I felt like you were a little bit from maybe like the chest up, and the rest of you I felt like was a little stiff. I don't even know if you were standing or sitting because I couldn't see everything, but just really loosen it up. And yeah, I feel like if you let your whole body get into it, that will even create more of a contagious joy in your song that everyone else will feel too. But that was awesome.
That's great. Brittany.
Yes. Hi, Joshua. That was so wonderful. Where's my camera? Here. Hi. Hi, Joshua. That was amazing. I completely agree with Ariel. Honestly, I didn't really write anything down because I loved your performance. You're so captivating here. But as she said, I want to feel it more in your body. And yes, having a different camera angle will definitely help that. But especially when you're singing a song like Magic to Do, I want to really feel you embody it. And that, I think that will help. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next.
That's great. Michael, for you.
Yeah, well, I'm piggybacking on my girls. Absolutely. I agree with what they are saying for sure. I think, first of all, I live that you are singing Magic to Do. You're going old school. I'm loving that. I love that you're like, you're starting it off with that beautiful energy. This is a welcoming song, and it's a wonderful way to be able to, you're welcoming the audience. So for me, what I love about is obviously that setup, that you have a great setup. And I want you to now try to have that secretive thing in the beginning so that we can then move so that you earn all those beautiful things that Ariel and Brittany are talking about with that body and all of that physicality. But start us off in this sort of secretive place and that really, we're about to go. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? And I think Ariel's so right. If you get a little bit closer, especially with this song, we're going to be with you. So then you can just back up and let us have it. And then that riff at the end, you deserve it. You can let it all out by then. So that's what I think. It's just take us more on that journey with this being such a welcoming song.
That's great. Joshua, thank you for kicking us off. Okay, next we have from Newmarket, Maryland, Marina Jansen, who is a student at Oakdale High School. Marina will be singing Lucky to Be Me from On the Town. Enjoy, Marina.
I am simply thunderstruck at this change in my luck. Knew at once I wanted you, never dreamed you'd want me to. I'm so proud you chose me through all the crowd. There's no other guy I'd rather be. I could laugh out loud. I'm so lucky to be me.
All right.
Yeah. Michael, I'm going to start with you.
Well, you know what? First of all, come on, voice. Yes, tone, beautiful. That is so wonderful. I love that you felt very in the moment to me. You felt very like, you just sort of chatting and kikiing right there, like you're just talking, which I am such a fan of, and that you weren't putting on anything, and that for me, I think is what drew me in. And so I kind of want you to go further in that. I think it would be lovely to sort of see you, maybe even in the wonderment of it all, that sort of like getting caught up in it, just because it's so real that I think no matter what you do, you're going to have us already. So for me, those are my notes.
Brittany, for you.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Marina. Beautiful. Your tone and your eyes. Your eyes just tell the story so beautifully. I mean, I was captivated from the beginning. I cannot believe that both of you so far are in high school. Like I was not there in high school. Amazing. I really don't have any notes for you. I'm not being helpful yet. But I want to hear, I can hear it in your instrument already that you have so much more in there. And I would love to hear you sing a song next that you really open up. and show us really what your instrument can do, and embrace your environment a little bit more. Kind of similar to Joshua. I want you to kind of use the space around you and use your body to tell the story, because you're telling the story so beautifully with your face. But I want to have an entire experience with you, and I want to hear what she do. Let me know.
Beautiful. Ariel, for you.
Yes, I felt the exact same way. Your voice is so gorgeous, and I love that you chose this song because it's not typically sung by a woman. And I also, if you're going to do that, that is totally cool. Feel free to make it your own. And I agree with what Michael was saying. I was waiting for you to like, do a full spin, like I could have danced all night, kind of go there. And then so you can really bring it back, because you had such this wonderful intimacy and connection with the person you were talking to. And it's so fun when the performance can go back and forth from being right here to being fully in your own world of like, what am I feeling, to then back to the person. And so it really creates a full story and lets them see this full emotional journey that you're going through. That would be really great. But I can't wait for what you do next. Fantastic job.
Terrific. Okay, up next is Conor Closs. Conor is a student at Mater Dei Prep in Middletown, New Jersey, and he'll be singing Maria from West Side Story. Take it away, Conor.
Maria, 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 Maria. Say it loud and there's music playing. Say it soft and it's almost like praying. Maria, I'll never stop saying Maria. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. Maria.
Wow. Ariel, I'm going to start with you.
Connor, your voice is so pretty and glorious and big and gorgeous. I love that you chose this song. It's a fantastic song and it showcases your voice really, really well. I would say also turn your camera sideways so we can see everything. And what did I say? Oh, when you have the same word over and over and over again in a song, just think about how you can make them different. And if you what makes them all different? Why do you keep saying this word over and over again? Because the lyrics are coming from you trying to express something. The character is trying to express something. So if you're saying Maria, Maria all over, every time you say it, there's a reason why. So find that reason for yourself. Find that question you're trying to answer, or maybe it's just that you can't, you hear it in different tones and like different bells with different notes, something that makes them different, and we can see your searching of it or your experience of it within you change every time you say the word over and over. That would be really important to remember, no matter what song you're singing, but especially for this one.
Beautiful. Brittany, for you.
Yes, Connor. Oh my goodness, I love this song and you sing it beautifully. To piggyback on what Ariel said, yes, you want to make every single Maria different. And one thing that might help you is to personalize who or what Maria is for you. So that way, when you say Maria, it means something viscerally to you. Whether Maria is a goal that you have, if it is a person that you love, it could be someone in your family. It doesn't need to be a love interest for these purposes. It just has to be something or someone that you do love, that you care for, and then it'll come through in your eyes. So that final Maria just carries you through to the end of the song. The final time you say Maria until the end, it carries you in this very loving place that it feels like you're just wrapping us in a warm hug. We feel like Maria.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Amazing job.
Michael, for you.
Yes, I want to feel like Maria. Yes, baby. Yes. Come on now. Come on, Connor. Okay. Well, first of all, I love that you were throwing down the gauntlet and you're like, I'm going to say Maria. How about that? Which I just love the confidence at your age to just do that and go for it. So I absolutely agree with just when you having a song where you sing the same word over and over again, really making who is your Maria? What is your Maria? What is that? Try singing, try speaking this, try that, especially with this, and see um, that might help you, that you actually just speak the words, speak the lyrics as a monologue to be able to see how that might inform a new, some new things you discover. I also think trust the work that you're doing, trust your voice. You have the notes. So when you go up for that big Maria, once you go up there, don't I can see you thinking about it, because as we all do, like myself, when you're like, oh gosh, am I getting to that note? Here we go. But when the moments I trust myself, I relax into what it is that I do because I know I got the note. I know I got it. You got it. Just don't even think about it. When you're in there, when you're listening to all what the girls are saying, especially about making that personal, it's all going to be there once you trust yourself, because we all know you got the notes. Conor got the notes, so then we can really be your Maria. Okay.
Terrific. I love that. Okay, next up is a returning contestant from season 1 of Next on Stage, from Marian Catholic High School in Chicago Heights, Illinois, Angelica Soto. Angelica will be singing No One Is Alone from Into the Woods. Return. Here we go.
Someone is on your side, someone else is not. While you're seeing your side, maybe we forgot they are not alone. No one is alone. Hard to see the light now, just don't let it go. Things will come out right now, we can make it so. Someone is on your side, no one is
Angelica, I remember her. She's terrific. Okay, judges, let me start with Ariel.
Helica. Oh, I have to move my mic close from my mouth, closer to my mouth. Okay. Helica, so beautiful, so beautiful. I loved your setup. You looked like an angel.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching an angel sing, and it was so peaceful. And your voice is so pretty. And I would say this one, I felt like I was drawn into you halfway through the song when you got to hard to see the light now. From that moment to the end, I was like, ooh, this is amazing. And I think before that, I just was a little bit confused about who you're singing to. That's just the only thing. I didn't know. I saw you seeing things, and I loved the creating your environment with your eyes, but I wasn't sure who you were singing to. So always make sure that when you have someone you're singing to, that it's really, really clear, and that you want something specific from them. Not just that you know who it is, but what do you want them to do? What are you hoping to accomplish? Why are you singing these lyrics? So that was the only thing. Besides that, I mean, gorgeous song, great choice of a song, and fantastic setup. And I can't wait to see what's next.
Beautiful. Brittany, for you.
Yes. Oh my, beautiful, 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 beautiful. um, I completely agree with Ariel. I was a little bit distracted by the range, I think, of your sight lines. I really appreciate that you were including your environment, but maybe just for the purposes of a self tape, if you could shorten the range.
Here
Just so
to
that
here.
Yeah, because it'll still show us that you're speaking to different people or that you're trying to include multiple people, but it won't take us, because you're filling my entire screen. So for me, it looks like you have whiplash, So I was a little bit distracted by that, and it took me out. But then when you would come back, then immediately I was drawn back in, and I think maybe if you were ever to do the song again for a self tape, if you wanted to try maybe speaking to your audience the entire time, that way at the end you can really have that intimate moment with us to just encourage us that we are not alone.
Beautiful. Michael, for you.
Yes, we are not alone. Like, you gave us a pause. Yes, thank you, Brittany. Yes, I so agree. I'm with you. I'm like, yes. I love the setup. I love the song, first of all. It's such a beautiful song. The melody is just beyond. It always takes me it just makes my soul smile listening to these words. And I absolutely agree. It's hard right now because we are doing like a self-tape mode, and our world is in this medium right now. We are, and so there is a technical element that we have to also perfect on top of everything else. And so this is great, though, that you're getting these technical elements to help, because it only is going to enhance and make it all better. Because I was actually going to say this about Conor before, so it's the same kind of a thing for you about picking your access, learning your actual camera access in terms of this kind of work. For Conor, I felt like it was a little bit too high up, and for you, I felt with Ariel, like what Ariel was saying, it was too far over. So play with that. Set up your camera. Do it. You look at it, and you'll be able to see what it is that we're talking about, even with just moving your eyes literally an inch to the right, an inch to the left. So play with those on your own time as well, so that you can get comfortable every time you set that up and you are right there with us. Because as soon as you had us, I'm with you with like what Ariel said, hard to see the light now. I was like, okay, here we go. We got to focus. We're in. Let's go. So that's what I would say about the beginning. It's just to get that strengthened.
That's great. Okay. Up next is Jordan Valkin from Central High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jordan will be singing My House from Matilda.
For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. This is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough. And when it's cold and bleak, I feel no a small but stubborn fire. Even when outside is freezing, I don't pay much heed. There is nowhere I would rather be. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
I love that song. Michael, I'll start with you. Jordan.
Come on, storytelling. Yes. So Jordan, I think, first of all, thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for, I feel, being open, being vulnerable to, especially on camera, and just letting it out there. That is one of the first things as an artist that we have to do, and that it can be scary and intimidating and all the things. And you are doing it at your age, so excuse me. How about that? I would say for you that a note from earlier that Ariel said to one of our contestants is, I think get the camera a little bit closer. Come in a little bit closer because you were a bit farther away. And while you're a beautiful, you're giving me all your floral dress and all the things, I want to see more of you. And I don't want to be distracted by anything else but you. Okay, I want you to distract me, not any of the stuff. So I want you to do that. The other thing I want you to do is, I'm a very subtle, small, not showy kind of guy. So I don't really know how that works. But I'm going to say to you, this is a competition. So, think about some other songs too. I'm looking forward to seeing a splash. I'm looking forward to seeing something that what are we gonna be like? Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to that because, at the end of the day, we get down to next on stage. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say.
I love it. Brittany, for you.
Yes, Jordan. Oh my goodness, your voice is stunning. The tone of it, I wasn't prepared. Like as soon as you started singing, I was like, wow, what a voice. I would love it if instead of focusing off to the side, can you focus towards the camera? You need to look into the camera, but just focus toward the camera so that we can see your face, so that you're in frame. We can see all that beautiful storytelling that you are telling. Storytelling that you're telling. Sure, we're gonna use it. One thing that I would recommend for a song like this, I am not well versed on Matilda. I was not lucky enough to see it on Broadway, unfortunately. But on a song like this, I think is easy to make it a little bit one-noted in terms of like your feeling about what you're saying the entire time. And I think what might be interesting is if in the beginning of the song, you're almost playing against what you're saying. So maybe you're trying to convince yourself that all of these things are enough for you, so that by the end, when you say, and it's enough for me, you believe it. And that way you have somewhere to go, like somewhere to build to. That might be interesting just to try. But I agree with MJ. I'm like really, really excited for the next thing that you do. So
Beautiful. Ariel, for you.
I loved it. Jordan, you're so good. I agree with what these people, Michael and Brittany, are talking about, though. Yes, you open your voice, and I was like, oh, this is so good. And your vulnerability, I am excited to see you get showy as well. But the vulnerability and the presence with which you sang this song is so, it's really rare, because it's hard for people to do, to just be that real. And yeah, I love this song, and I love the gentleness with which you had in it. I think Brittany's right, though. If you had a little bit more of a, showing the colors of, there's peace in this place, but there's also in yourself, I want to see why it's so meaningful for you. There's hurt in your past that's making you determined that this is meaningful for you. And I think you're singing to Matilda in this song. I'm not I think I remember. So yeah, so maybe, sometimes you're taking in your home and how beautiful it is, and sometimes you're talking to Matilda. So there's a little bit of a back and forth there that you can play with. And similarly to why do you repeat things at the end of the song? You repeat that lyric again. It's because, like Brittany said, you're finally accepting and confirming for yourself that it is enough, after maybe going through the song of trying to convince yourself. So there's so much there, in addition to the vulnerability that you already have, you can layer in. But this is a great song for you. I'm excited for you to keep singing this forever, and all the other things you're going to do.
Terrific. Okay, from the University of North Carolina School of the Arts High School in Greensboro, North Carolina, is our next contestant, Jackson Perry, who will be singing Enjoy the Trip from Bring It On.
what's gonna matter is, did you only do what you thought you should do? Did you dance monkey dance cause the man told you to? Or did you spend your time doing what brings joy to you? All you see is this old dude with a broom in his hand. But I followed my dreams and my favorite band. So don't sit on your ass waiting for life to begin. If you do what you love with your time, then you win. What a long, strange, wonderful trip it's been.
Oh, what?
All right, Brittany, I'm going to start with you.
Don't.
Do you want to think for a second? Okay.
Oh my goodness, Jackson. From the moment you started, I was like, how is that voice coming out? Wow. Beautiful tone. That you have so much presence and personality. I mean, I wanted to see you do the entire show. So literally the only note that I have for you is not even about you. It's about your environment, because I was a little bit distracted by how dark everything was. I know that you probably were trying to make it so that we weren't distracted by your environment, and it had the opposite effect. So if next time, can you just be in a brighter room so that you're gonna take up space, and you are gonna be the thing that we look at in your room. But I need a little bit more lights on so that I can see really what's going on with you. But fantastic job. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful. Ariel, for you.
I have nothing. I mean, nothing of criticism, because Jackson is already insanely talented. He's ready. He's ready. I mean, he has like the storytelling, he has the voice, he has the freedom, he knows who he's talking to. He is such a magnetic performer. I felt like I was just witnessing him communicating to somebody, being fully himself. And I was just drawn in, and I was taken for a ride, and I loved it. I thought the framing was perfect. Like everything we've been talking about technically, like the lighting was great, the framing and how close he was and his eye lines, everything. I mean, I don't have anything even storytelling wise or vocally that I would change. He just is top notch.
Beautiful. Michael, for you.
I'm gagged. Do you hear me? I am fully gagged. Jackson, first of all, how dare you literally come up on this, splash, like as a splash, like literally, like here I am in a do-rag, in giving me a vest, like with no, sleeveless, and being unapologetically you. I'm obsessed with that. And there's so much that we all can learn from that. There's so much that we can all take from that. I'm learning from you. I'm living for all of that. Thank you. I am so excited to see where you go. I definitely agree. Maybe the one thing I'm like, okay, let me be a judge and give something. I don't like, but it is, I agree with Brittany, just like maybe, because I was looking in the back too of like, is he gonna have an ensemble come out after him? Like, what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, work. And you could have had an ensemble, and I would have just been like, okay, because I'm already gagged. So I just really I'm so excited about where you're gonna go. I cannot wait to see what you have next. If I was in an audition and you did that, I would be like, what else do you have? Just because. So I'm excited to see what you have next and what you're gonna bring to it. #Fierce Factor. How about that?
These are high school students, Michael. You see this?
Richie, what is happening? Like, come on.
Okay, Chelsea Duke is our next finalist. Chelsea is from Munford, Alabama, where she is homeschooled. Today she's singing Little Miss Perfect from Right Out Loud.
Straight hair, straight A's, straightforward, straight path. I don't cut corners, I make a point to be on time. Head of the student council, I don't black out at parties. I jam to Paul I was adopted when I was 2. My parents spoiled me rotten often. I ask myself, what did I do to get as far as I've gotten? A pretty girl walks by my locker. My heart gives a flutter, but I don't dare utter a word, 'cause that would be absurd behavior for Little Miss Perfect.
Oh my gosh, high school, like I just told you beforehand. Okay, Chelsea, Michael, I'm going to start with you.
I mean, like, it's like we turned on the light of switch of, like, they were all like, oh, okay. Oh, so you heard them? I'm next. Oh, okay, you heard them? I'm next. Like, I mean, they are. First of all, I mean, Chelsea, I love the spelling of your name. That's really fun. Like, I was looking at that. It's this is such a this song. I actually think it's a pretty challenging song because it is such a it's like it's that I want kind of a song. So how are you going to what are you going to do to make it different from where you started? Right. So, like, we're starting the song in a different place where than we end it. And I thought you really took us on a journey, which with this song, it is really that it's so age appropriate, which is so great. And you can really relate to all the things that you're sort of talking about. I feel like all of us have this, especially as artists, and the idea of being too perfect and trying to be perfect and, like, being perfectionist on everything. So we can all relate to it. I would say to you, keep working on that. I want to see the struggle, the obstacle, the thing that you're asking for, and that inner struggle of you actually trying to figure out how you can work through this song. That's what I would say. But I mean, okay, work.
Love it. Brittany, for you.
Chelsea, I mean, I was captivated from the minute you started singing. Your storytelling is so specific. Again, I do not know how you guys are in high school, because when I was in high school, I was not doing this.
Something tells me that's not the case, but I'm okay.
No,
okay.
I'm not familiar with the song. I love it when you guys sing songs that I don't know, because I feel like I can come at it from a completely neutral place. I wanted to be surprised a little bit more. Like, I feel like there are so many surprises in this song that you can choose to play into them, or to play so far against them that you just kind of whack us in the face with them when they come. Dealer's choice. I just think if you're more specific, I think, about your opinion about yourself, because I feel like you're very clear about what other people's opinion is, but I think maybe I want you to be a little bit more specific about what your opinion is, and that, I think, will make the surprise of it all. Maybe you surprise yourself with the things that you discover about yourself as you're going through the song. But I cannot wait to see what you do next.
Great. Ariel, for you.
I loved it. I just, like Michael was saying, heck, every person comes on this one and then that one. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fun. This is fun. Chelsea, you are so talented. I loved so much about your performance. Your voice. I mean, you're going from your chest voice, flipping into your head voice, back and forth. The technical singing that what is the word I'm saying? Like, the virtuosity, the technical virtuosity that you have in this song is like, oh my God, it's like 100%. Like, you could step on a Broadway stage right now. You got that. And I liked your moments. You had so many in between moments. I think I'm just going to say that you did so good at this, because I want other people to see this and take note and learn about how you have these incredible alive thoughts and moments in between the lines you're singing. It's not just when you have a line that you have a thought. I'm seeing triggers of thoughts to lead into the next line. And that was so great. Even your moment before with your hair, you're like, got to get perfect before the song starts. Having a moment before is so important, and you did such a great job with that. One thing I could add, I mean, Brittany was already talking about this, but if your whole song is about, like, I'm not perfect enough, then you don't have as much to play with or as far to go. So maybe starting with a little bit more of like, I am perfect. I am Regina in Mean Girls. And then the facade kind of breaks and falls as we see what's underneath it. That would be really, really fun to play with. But you're a star. So congratulations.
I love it. Like I said, Michael, high school. Okay. Next up is Josiah Valano from Albuquerque, New Mexico, where he is a student at Penn Foster. Tonight, Josiah is singing Somewhere from West Side Story. Judges, enjoy.
There's a place for us somewhere, a place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
Wow. Josiah. Ariel, I'm going to start with you.
Josiah, you could sing me anything. That's that voice. That voice. I mean, wow. I loved it. I love, God, you brought so much to it too. You made it your own, which was really inspiring and surprising to hear from the audience. You're like, what's he gonna do next? That was great. The only thing I would say is, uh, I could tell that you were looking at something. I don't know if you had lyrics next to you, so that was a little distracting. And if you um, if you could sing this for a reason, like to make something happen, what would it be? Why are you singing this song? And I didn't catch that. I didn't know what that was. I felt like you were singing, and you were singing because you loved the song, which is great, and you were singing with a lot of wanting to experience and showcase this incredible voice you have, which is great. But what's underneath that? Why are you singing this song? But songs on Broadway are songs that you're saying to accomplish something or to move the story along, whether it's to find something, an answer within yourself, or whether it's to make somebody else see something or do something. So find what that is for every song that you sing, even if you have to make it up. Even if it's a song that's not from a musical, I mean, this one was, but if you had a song that wasn't, give yourself a reason or a purpose for why you're saying these lyrics. And it's just going to take the whole thing up to the next level. And I think once you do that, it's just, you're going to go like nobody's going to stop you. So great job.
That's great. Brittany, for you.
Yes, Josiah, what an incredible, incredible instrument you have. Amazing. I have a couple things to do. The first one's very technical. I was very distracted by seeing your ring light in your glasses. So if you need your glasses for your self-tape, awesome. Maybe push your ring light back a little bit, or find whatever angle it needs to be on so that it's not like the ring light right where your eyes are, because then I miss your eyes. So then I miss your storytelling, and I want to see what story you're telling. So like Ariel was saying, you have to have a reason for singing this song. And I'd like to add to that, I am a big believer in there is no riffing unless it pushes the story forward. So I think with this song, because you have so much ability in your instrument, I think you can start the song a little bit more simply, and then you can give us everything that you have more toward the end when you've earned it with whatever it is, the reason that you find that you're singing this song. And that's when you can give us all of the riffing and the bit, like, because it means something. So what I would try for you as an exercise at home to strip this song down literally to just to what is on the page. Just simply what's on the page, and see how it moves you that way. And then you can add on to what you think is really going to push your story forward, as opposed to doing it the other way, which is what will make the song really sound good. Because what's most important, like Ariel was saying, is the story. The I don't want to say like the singing is secondary, but singing is secondary. We want to see you tell a story. But great job! I cannot wait to see what's next.
Beautiful, Michael. For you.
Yeah. So what's interesting is I mean, let's just get out of the way that you're singing down, right? You're giving me voice. You're opening to notes, like, you know, that are just like, you have very like Ben Platt tones to me. Like there's that. So I don't know if that's an artist that you've been inspired by, but I can hear some inspiration with, some of that feeling in what he does, which is fabulous. And your ability at this age is crazy. Like it really is absolutely crazy. And I'm like, ooh, what's he gonna do next? So I definitely agree with Brittany. Like the ring light, I was gonna say that as well. It just distracted me a bit. And just a little trick. I happen to have a husband who was a film director. So the lighting stuff, I had to learn myself, and I was like, teach me, please. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with that. So I will say to you, just as a little trick, with a ring light, obviously if you get up to a window, you can get that natural light, but if you can put your ring light to the side when you are up to the natural light, because it's only going to enhance it. So then it's absolutely off to this, just right off of the side. And if you play with like looking at yourself in the camera, and when you see the light, you can move the ring light over to right as it's off of your eyes, and you're still having a natural light. So if you have the natural light coming from one end and the ring light coming from the other end, there's your light. Just a little technical thing for you to help, because I didn't know myself. So there's that. The other thing I would say is this is a good lesson for us to learn, because you kind of did this very concert style in terms of how you did your song. And I agree with the ladies, like in terms of, telling us the story, stripping it down. Now I'm all about, like, if you're just like, I'm somewhere, oh my God, living over and all the things, if there's a place to get to that, right? So bring, like Brittany said, strip it down. I'm all about that. And I too am like, I don't want to hear a riff unless it's like it's worth it. Like let me hear that you've earned it. So I can't wait. I think we all, the three of us, well, all four of us are excited about where you're going to go, and especially taking these notes with your vocal stuff to see the next storytelling phase of this competition for you.
Next, from Glen Ellen High School in Glen Ellen, Virginia, is Bridget Sindelar. Bridget is singing In My Dreams from Anastasia. Take it away, Bridget.
To have lived in the shadows and traveled this far. I've seen flashes of fire, heard the echo of screams, but I still have this faith in the truth of my dreams. In my dreams, it's all real, and my heart has so much to reveal. And my dreams seem to say, don't be afraid to go on. Don't give up hope, come what may. I know it all will come back one day.
Yes, button.
Michael, I'm going to start with you.
I'm living for a big old ending note like that. That's so awesome. Firstly, yes, I mean, what a gorgeous boy. I can't with y'all. I can't. I'm tired. I'm tired of saying how ridiculous y'all are right now. Like it's crazy. So let's just get that out the window, the way right now. You're fierce, lovely, Bridget. I love your setup. Firstly, I think you had a great setup, like in terms of like what you look like. I'm like with you, like in your background, all that stuff. I feel like that's so great. So I would love for you, as you move forward, to try and like, at one point, open your arms as an exercise. Like physically, just open your arms. Let's see what happens when you do open up, and really that vulnerability. It feels very vulnerable when your arms are open. So I would love to see that life, just love that life in you. Let's see what happens when the physicality happens for life in the song.
Beautiful. Brittany, for you.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Bridget. I love this song. Excuse me. And you sang it so beautifully. One thing that I would love for you to just think about and maybe try to sprinkle in to yes and Michael is see if you can make your transitions a little bit bigger. Like make the I guess your opinions about each thing different, because you go from you don't know what it's like. You're telling somebody that they don't know what it's like to have gone through all the things that you go through. So I need to see you seeing all those things that you've been through, so that whatever is happening in your dreams is such a big it's opposite from what you're telling him that he doesn't know what it's like. So that
Beautiful.
you can have somewhere to go.
Got it. Ariel, for you.
Yeah, amazing. Bridget, yes, that was stunning. Your voice is so beautiful. You have such amazing breath control. And I really saw that you were speaking to somebody specific, which is, storytelling 101. So awesome. And the only thing that I wrote down here is similar to what Brittany was saying about making sure that the song, I can see not just, how wonderful the dreams are, but when was it hard? And what are you still trying to convince yourself that hardness is not your life, because you know that there's something out there that's better? And let us see the two opposite extremes of your reality. I mean, your reality and your dreams. Let us see you experience those two different things, so that when you finally get to that ending, we feel the catharsis that you feel, because we also can feel where you've been through.
That's great. Okay, the next competitor to make the top 15 is Sammy Schneider from South Brunswick High School in Monmouth Junction, New Jersey. Sammy will be singing Alyssa Green from The Prom. Enjoy.
And you wish there was a world where you were simply free to live, and when people criticized you, you had no more shits to give. And in this other lifetime, when you tell yourself be brave, you won't cave. That's the one thing I truly crave. But your feelings have to be phony, your weight has to be tracked. If you don't like shaking pom-poms, you better learn to act. Just have everything perfected by the time you reach 18. Don't ask how or why when you're Alyssa Green. Improve all of your strong points and hide the things that you lack. 'Cause mom's convinced if you're perfect, your father might come back. You're not yourself. You're not what she wants. You're someone in between. Your whole life's a lie when you're Alyssa Green.
Okay, Ariel, I'll start with you.
Yes, that was so good, Sammy. I loved your voice. I say this. I'm saying this a lot today. A lot of people's voices are blowing me away. Your voice is so good, and you're in high school. I mean, come on, this is amazing. You have so much control of your voice, and your storytelling. I really could see the journey from the beginning to the end, and what the struggle is for the character, and the joy in the beginning leading going to how hard it is and what's underneath the joy. So that was awesome. The only technical thing I have is if you can sing into the mic the whole time. I felt like the quieter part you sang into the mic, and then I heard your voice so much better. But the first half you were kind of a little bit too far away, so the direction of your voice wasn't in the same direction, and your eye line could have been a little closer too. But those are small technical things to upgrade you and just make your performances even more impactful. And great job.
Perfect. Brittany, for you.
Yes, Sammy, wow. Just your vulnerability, you have so much vulnerability in your eyes, and it is so captivating to watch. I would actually say I was distracted by the mic, period. It would be awesome if it was not in your frame. If it's something where if you feel like your whatever device you're using to record on, if you feel like the mic isn't strong enough, then absolutely use a separate mic. Maybe like try to, if you can like make it like a boom, or if you can just put it right under you, right out of frame, see if that works. But especially for self tapes, I'm finding, and I could be wrong, and if casting directors, if you need us to have a special mic set up, I'll get a better one. But I just use my iPad. I use the mic that's in whatever device in your camera. So yeah, I don't have any other notes except for that, because I was so captivated by your vulnerability.
That's great. Michael, for you.
Beautiful. I love this song. Sammy, I'm like, I love your vibe. I love your soul. It feels you've given us soul, which I really I appreciate, and I thank you for that. So I would say that I definitely agree. Get that mic out of the frame. I completely agree with that. Please, let's just figure out how to. It's a lot to be asking all of us right now on self-tapes, trying to, be the tech director and be the lighting designer and everything. But unfortunately, that's what we are at today. So we just got to make it work. And we're only saying this because we want to see you. We don't want to be distracted by anything else. And also with this level of talent, it's so easy to actually maybe sort of, as you're auditioning for things and as you're learning about stuff, that it's a way that literally casting directors or people watching tapes might be distracted and are able to maybe write you off from something because there's so much beautiful talent. You're too talented to be distracted by a microphone upstaging you. That's what I'll have to say about that. So go for for the next time. I'm so excited to see what you do and what you bring, because you're such a great actress. And then I feel like I'll be able to, I don't really have much notes except for that.
That's great. Okay, from Springboro High School in Springboro, Ohio, we have Tommy Newman. Tommy is singing "What Do I Need with Love" from Thoroughly Modern Millie. Judges, enjoy.
Skip the vows and all that rot. They tell the minister that I do not. Bright and breezy is the birds and bees, is the free and easy is the life I've got. Without her. Although I hardly know you. What do I need with love? I've got it good. Got it good. But now I've got it bad.
Okay, Michael, I'm going to start with you. Tommy.
Come on, Tommy. Come on now. Blessing us with the gift. It's so great. It's so great, and I love all your fun little intricacies with your moments. This song is hard because there's like long time, like in between next phrases of song. There's like a little bit longer instrumentals that and that can be a little bit challenging to sort of fill, and you kind of feel like you need to do stuff to fill it. And so I will just say to you, you don't have to fill every moment, right? And so but if you are the moments where I find this sort of like inner, workings that you're doing can just be as strong as an actual physicalization in between moments, right? So I would say go with that. I also would say maybe try, if you can, I think maybe try changing the key. Like, because it is a bit low, and I think you have it. So I'm like, can you get it a little bit, maybe a half step higher for the whole thing, so all of it sits in that pocket, and then the ending note even blows us away even more.
Yeah.
Just as a thought. Thank you. Done.
Love it. Brittany, for you.
Tommy, that was amazing. I was so surprised. Like I know the song, and still I was like, so thank you for making those choices. And thank you for embracing your environment. I loved it. The only thing that I would ask you to add on top of it all is to keep growing, so that the end is like something massive that we either are expecting or are not expecting. I wanted it just a little bit bigger at the end. Like, I got it bad. Like, I wanted to see, like, you got it bad. I wanted to see it. But great job.
Beautiful. Ariel, for you.
I loved it. I actually don't know this song. I can't believe it, but I don't know it. And I loved watching your journey through it. I loved I could follow along with it so well. And I loved all the different levels you brought to it, because you went from, how in love you were, and then like, oh, what am I doing? I saw all of it and I loved it. And the struggle of your trying to figure it out was really, really clear. Your voice is spectacular. I mean, like Michael said, I think if you want to raise the key, it will even be like even more impressive, but even it already is. And the one thing I loved is at the end, I couldn't believe how awesome it was when you said, got it bad. And you went from like, bad, like, the note is great, but also the storytelling of like, bad, how awful it is, to how much you really love it within the same word. I mean, that's like next level acting. That was really surprising and joyous to me. I loved it. Great job.
That is great. Okay, up next is Matthew Boucher from Grissom High School in Huntsville, Alabama. Matthew is singing Wondering from the Bridges of Madison County. Enjoy.
But wouldn't it be fine to share the weather in her eyes, her hair, her footsteps as she climbs the stair, the shadow in her light, and everything you know is true, and everything you want to do, and everything that makes you collides against the night, and nothing's black and white.
Yes. Ariel, I'll start with you.
I love that. I love that song, but I love your voice on this song. I mean, I could just like, I feel like I'm on a river and I could just sail away on it forever. I I loved it. I guess the only note that I would have is like, how do you feel at the end? Like when it gets quiet, I wasn't sure how you feel. I wasn't sure if when it gets quiet at the very end, are you enjoying this, or is it hard for you, or what is your character going through? Because that was the only piece missing for me, but spectacular voice. Really, really good.
That's great. Brittany, for you.
Matthew, you guys can't see it when you're playing, but I was like this, because your voice, you can sing me the ABCs and I will listen. Your voice is stunning. I would say storytelling wise, just keep your eyes open, because when you're having an experience, I want to be a part of the experience with you. So just practice that. Practice whatever it is that you're having internally. See how you can make it an external experience for your audience. But wow.
That's great. Michael, for you.
Come on, the voice. I mean, Matthew, I, like Brittany, gave a full back, because you started off with like, whoa, like you were like in it from the jump. So I was like, Okay. Okay. All right. You gave us a hand to the screen, like, all of that. I will say this is my one thing for you, and I'm literally like, ooh, what is next? Because I feel like you can go anywhere. Like there's so many things in your voice with the legit, with the contemporary. So I love that. Congratulations, you have lots of versatility with that. But don't let the song end you. You end it. That's what I'll say.
I love it. I love all these little succinct things you're all telling these kids. Okay, we have 3 contestants left in our top 15. Next is Lisi Kelly from Texas Connections Academy in Spring, Texas. Lisi will be singing The Beauty Is from A Light in the Piazza. Enjoy, judges.
This is counting blessings. This is wondering when I'll see that boy again. I've got a feeling he's just a someone too. And the beauty is when you realize someone could be looking for a someone like you.
Okay, Ariel, I'll start with you.
I am blown away. I am speechless. Jasmine speechless, get it? Wow. Wow, okay. That soprano? I mean Brittany, right? She's speechless too. That soprano is gold. It's gold. You can do anything. Literally anything. Yeah, your breath is amazing. Your voice is amazing. Your tone is amazing. You can the one thing I wrote is like the making little lines different. Little tiny lines different. This is wanting something. This is holding breath and keeping fingers crossed. What is the thought? I mean, holding breath and keeping fingers crossed. Like they kind of sounded the same, but like giving yourself different. Yeah, how are they different? Tiny little changes to make a line be motivated by thought instead of motivated by the melodic phrase. So that would be the only tiny little thing I would say you can look at. But besides that, I loved your whole storytelling. I loved everything with your journey. It was fantastic.
Brittany, for you.
Lisi, I know that you're coming for my job, and I just want to say, you should have it. So amazing! Oh my goodness, your voice is stunning. The like Ariel, if you could try to be a little bit more specific, because everything's there. It's just literally like fine tuning it just to make it extra clear. I loved your moment after. Thank you for giving me a moment after. As important as a moment before is, I think a moment after is just as important, because it tells us what your final opinion is after you've gone through everything. What did you land on? So thank you for that.
That's great. Michael, for you.
That soprano realness that's going on, Lisi. I mean, first of all, it's so cool to hear such a strong soprano at your age, and also to that you are daring to like do. Is that written by Adam Gettle? Is that
Yeah.
is that right? Like the fact that you're daring to do an Adam Gettle piece, like and P.S. succeeding with it is beyond impressive, and is so exhilarating, exciting in terms of like where you can go. I'm like, holy moly, like that's really, really hashtag fierce factor. I will say, as a soprano, obviously, you know, when you get into those really, really high points and having to, you know, when they write that high for you and having to say certain lyrics, sometimes those get lost because it's so high. And some of the best sopranos it's incredible to hear how the specificity of those notes and what they maybe do for those high notes so that you can actually hear every single word that they're saying and figuring out that journey. I feel like as you're growing as a soprano and all of that, start playing with that to figure out, even at the high notes, where we can really understand what's going on. But I mean, come on, please.
Beautiful. Okay, 2 more to go. Here we go. Next up is Rhys Henrik from Obra D. Tompkins High School in Houston, Texas. Rhys is singing Kindergarten Boyfriend from Heathers.
He didn't care if I was thin or pretty, and he was mine until we hit first grade. Then he woke up. Last night I dreamed a horse with wings flew down into my homeroom. On its back there he sat, and he held out his arms. So we sailed above the trees, across the faculty parking lot. My kindergarten boyfriend and I, and a horse with wings.
Okay, well, I'll start with you.
Oh, me? Okay, yes. Well, I love that you're like beautiful. I mean, you're giving me voice and all the things, but I'm also living that you are so expressive with your art. I live for our moment. I'm like, she's gonna take off and fly. Like, I love it. Like, okay, amazing. Like, I want to fly with her. Like, okay, let's go. So I will say to you, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, be careful that you don't do too much with it, that you allow yourself to, you know, not let that actually take us out so that we can really focus on all the amazingness that's going on. Focus on I think, specifically where you're looking, that you're not looking too far to your right, too far to your left, and those things. But please keep going there. Please keep going there, because I want to see that amazingness every time, because you're a star, I think.
Beautiful. Ariel, for you.
Yes, Rhys, your voice is so strong and it goes on forever. I felt like your placement was so perfect. It was perfect. And I also loved and lived for the arms. I lived for your storytelling. One thing I would say is, if you sing a line like "ooh," whatever when in the beginning, towards the beginning, there was a phrase that was all on "ooh," and I want to know why what is your character saying underneath your ooh? Why are you saying ooh? What is the feeling behind your ooh? I don't keep saying ooh, but you know what I mean. Ooh, whatever that line is. Yeah, and that goes for everyone. That goes for everyone, and it goes for every song. If you have to sing a syllable or a riff that's written in, what is your feeling behind it, instead of just, oh, this is pretty. What is it? So that was the only thing I wrote down. Besides that, I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. I feel like you have such funny comedic character stuff that you're going to pull out, and I'm really, really excited for it.
Can't wait. Brittany, for you.
Yes. Hi. Rhys, amazing. So funny. I feel like I missed a little bit of it because your focus was a little bit wide.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to just technically, now that we are in this self-tape camera world, we have to know what our range of focus can be so that we can still see your eyes. Other than that, I loved it. Great.
Oh, I love it. Okay, here is our final contestant to make our top 15. It's Kenny Lee From Parsippany, New Jersey, Kenny is going to serenade us with One Last Time from Hamilton. Enjoy.
A moment alone in the shade, at home in this nation we've made. One last time, we'll teach them how to say goodbye. You and I, going home. History has its eyes on you, yeah. We're gonna teach them how to say goodbye. Teach them how to say goodbye. To say goodbye. To say goodbye. One last time.
Brittany, I'm going to start with you.
I wasn't ready. Kenny. Amazing. Amazing. Your voice, your tone, your control, my only note is to embrace your environment a little more. It at some points it got a little bit like spot on the wall-y. That's what I'll call it. Like when you kind of pick your spot on the wall and you're talking to that person the whole time and you're like not blinking, like that thing we do. And if you could have some opinions about what you're saying, so maybe sometimes it's a little bit more internalized because you're having the thought as you're saying it to him.
Yes.
So have the thought and then let him know what the thought is. But I mean,
Beautiful.
That's just me being nitpicky because
I love
it the whole
Yep.
time.
I love it on the head. Michael, for you, notebook on the head.
Kenny, yes. Fierce, yes. I'm like, look out, Chris Jackson. What's going on? Because Kenny Lee is in it to win it. Okay, I love it. I think that's the only thing I'm with Brittany. It's the same thing. That literally is my only note is what she said. And so I don't need to say it again. but
Ariel, for you.
Yeah, Kenny, great job. Really fantastic. And like they were saying, your voice is so good. You blew us out of the water. The one thing I would say is make sure when you're riffing, why are you riffing? What is the point of your riffing? Is it to get is every time you riff for them or for you? Right now I feel like there were some moments where I felt like it was for you, and I want to always feel like the riff is for them because you want them to understand or feel whatever it is you're trying to convince them of. And I am excited to see whatever you do next because this was such a show them how splashy and amazing and everything, and then I want to see what's under, can you get vulnerable? Okay, what's the other side? Like Michael was saying, this is a competition, right? So what's the other opposite extreme you can go to character wise, and show us that you can do that. And can't wait. It's gonna be great.
That is, well, there you have it, our top 15. When we come back, the judges will see performances from those who almost made it. They'll battle it out for that last top spot in the top 15. Welcome back. The judges will now watch performances from the performers who almost made it into the top 15. The judges will then convene and decide to allow one of the following contestants to move forward in the competition. Okay, here we go. Up first is Kylie Steinhauser, who is singing Pulled from the Addams Family.
Butterflies at picnic lunches, bunches of chrysanthemums, lollipops and pillow fights and Christmas Eve, sugar plums, string quartets and chia pets and afternoon banana splits, angels watching as I sleep in Liberace's greatest hits. Have got me pulled in a new direction. If they keep insisting, I'll stop resisting. Just watch me pulled in a new direction. I should stay in the dark, not obey.
All right, next we have Cameron Askew singing Bright Star from Bright Star.
You never know what life will bring, only what you bring to life. Hopes and dreams and my imaginings, they happen in their own good time. I've seen a weak man fight, I've seen a strong man cry. I have learned the brightest they can turn into the darkest night. Bright star, keep shining for me, shine on and see me through. Bright star, keep shining for me, and one day I'll shine for you.
And now, last up for your consideration is Zakiya Hall singing I Couldn't Know Someone Less from Daddy Longlegs.
Tomorrow we may paint the barn a different shade of red. There's an ice cream social at the schoolhouse. I wish I were dead. If I could travel to places and books, I could see with my eyes how Milton's heaven looks. But I am here watching days slip away. I drift in my own discontent. Though you showed me kindness and changed my life, I must confess. Why would you set me free only to imprison me? I couldn't know someone less.
Okay, judges, you've got a lot to talk about. So when we come back, our judges are going to share who they want to save from the bottom three. Welcome back. Judges, have you decided on who you want to move up into the top 15?
Why, yes, Richie, Ridge, we have decided who we want to move on to the next step of Next on Stage, okay? We are so excited. First of all, thank you for the three who were almost there, and you're both, all of you were fierce, and we were all, it was a hard decision, but we are excited and very anxiously awaiting to see what this person's going to do next. So Cameron, come on in. Let's see it.
So,
Here we
Cameron
go.
Askew is moving on to our top 15. Congratulations to everyone who is moving on to the top 15. We'll be back next Thursday night, May 20th at 8 p.m. to announce who is going to make it into the next round. Make sure to follow Broadway World on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to find out when the next round of voting opens up to the public. Judges, thank you very much. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week.